It's happy hour. What's up, everybody? We
Hey.
are live. It's happy hour. It's
Not for Amin, it's not happy hour.
right. It's like
It's
what
prime time.
2 in the morning or something.
No.
What time is it? I mean,
It's 9:30 a.m. here.
oh, okay.
That's what
Yeah.
I
I don't
said.
know.
It's prime time for him.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. I was on back-to-back calls from 3 a.m. last night. So it was-
Wow, this is a hard-working man. Um,
yeah.
He's
we
a
have
machine. He doesn't sleep.
he doesn't. We have Amin on here for the second time to talk about Facebook ads, and this guy is such a workhorse. He just keeps creating new programs. Pretty much has one to fit every, wallet, skill level, and time commitment. So, I mean, I know you're launching a new challenge called the One Ad Away Challenge. I love how everybody is playing off the one funnel away thing now. We got Alex is one group away. Amin is one ad away. There's probably more, but
Model what works.
yeah, model what works. We're just doing what Russell taught us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about something that is less time intensive and also less content intensive. So I've gone through the OFA a couple of times. It's a bit very, very tense. There are lots of content to consume in 30 days.
Yes.
And when it comes to Facebook ads, I think every one of us will go through two different phases. First of all, we learn Facebook ads, and then we become a master at Facebook ads. So I decided to come up with something which is less content and time intensive, that people can learn Facebook ad quick but relax. And then if they're ready to go to another kind of OFA crash course under pressure, then we go to the mastery course.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us about One Ad Away and what it entails?
He wants to show us.
Oh, well, yeah, you can just show us too. I mean, came prepared with slides, so.
Sure. I'm pretty sure the guys who are in the group, some of them, or if not all of them, are kind of running Facebook ads. So I think it's good to share some valuable information with them first. Recently I've been reached out by a couple of friends that Facebook just blocked their ads. Facebook didn't approve their ads. So it's good to know what's happening in the world of Facebook. Facebook is very picky.
They're cracking down.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's good to protect your account and just make sure your account doesn't get flagged, and give you some hints. And then I would share detail about the programs, both of the programs as well. We're also announcing a partnership program, which is really exciting. Yeah, you can now make money. Yeah, you can sell my program, and you can keep 100% of the money that you make.
Get your course paid for.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let me share my desktop. Let me click on share screen. I want to share the second one.
I like how StreamYard lets anyone share their screen. You don't have to worry about giving permissions and fussing with it.
Okay. Cool. Can you see my desktop now?
Hey, Michelle. We got Michelle watching. If you have any questions about Facebook ads, drop them in the comments. We'll make sure Amin hears about it. But first, you're going to give us a walkthrough, right?
Yes. So let me know when
Joshua.
you see the desktop.
Oh, yes. We just have to add your screen. There you go.
Yep. You can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me just bring this one down so I can see what's happening here as well. Here we go. Okay, cool. So before jumping to the Facebook ads, if you didn't know, I have the Facebook Ads Secrets book coming up, planned for launch in October. Just contact me. I will tell you how you can get the free copy signed by myself. There's no tips, there's no tricks, there's no upsell, downsell. I'm just collecting the list of people who are interested to have an autographed copy. And the only thing you will pay is shipping and handling of the book, and I will send it to you.
The free plus shipping model.
Free plus shipping model, but there is no upsell, downsell. You just cover the cost of shipping. But what I will do is I will pay for the copies for myself. I will pay for the shipping from the publisher to my house, and then I will sign them individually with your personalized message, and then I will post them to you. Again, there is no tricks. Just let me know. But I have limited numbers, so as soon as they're gone, they're gone. And you have to go and buy it on Amazon for $49.
49. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And the other program that I'm launching very soon, it is called Facebook Ads Magazine. It's going to be a magazine dedicated to Facebook ads about tips, tricks, experts interview, whatever. It's all about Facebook ads. So if you don't mind, please go to facebookadsmagazine.com, and there's a survey about what are the top 3 topics you want magazine to cover every month, because at the moment we are planning the monthly content of the magazine. What is the structure of content, what sections we need to include every month, and what are the sections that we are flexible to put them in some of the month, and some of the issues we put them, some of the issues we don't. Just go to this website and let us know what are your top 3 topics, and we are just collecting information about that. All right, now going back to the Facebook. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that some of the statistics of Facebook, which these are the new ones. As you can see, over 2.3 billion. That's literally about 30% of the entire world's population. 1.5 billion active daily users, and it's growing about 11% year on year. So the network is growing. 93% of the advertising revenue for Facebook comes from mobile advertising. So that's something you need to consider when you are creating your ad, and when you are configuring your ad about where you want Facebook to present your ad. It looks like mobile is killing it at the moment. However, I highly encourage everyone to analyze the report of their Facebook ads and see where their traffic is coming. Are they coming from desktop or mobile? Because in your case, maybe most of your customers are coming from desktop, so you need to retarget the desktop users. But at the moment, in general, 93% of the Facebook revenue is coming from mobile advertising in the advertising capacity. And 88% of the Facebook users are using Facebook on mobile, and on average, people check Facebook 8 times a day.
Wow.
Now, these are stats, but also it's really important to know why we are using Facebook ads. A lot of times people are just talking about, okay, we use Facebook ads because they have a good ROI. Okay, but there are other factors which make Facebook ads unique and distinguished from the others, which we need to take benefit from them. The first thing is Facebook ad gives you an opportunity of starting something called passive advertising. So in the world of advertising, we have active advertising and we have passive advertising. Active advertising refers to when someone is looking for something and they are looking where to buy it or who they buy it from. So someone goes on Google and search for how to get new clients. And when I did this search a couple of days ago, I got about 1.3 billion numbers, and I was like, so that is the result in less than a second. If I have a site that I want to teach someone how to get client, how am I going to stand among that number, right? And the other thing is, a lot of times people who are doing who are actively looking for something, they may know the solution, they're just looking for the cheaper price, they may know the brand they are going to buy from, they just want to see what offers they have. But when it comes to passive advertising, it gives you an opportunity to interrupt the users while they are scrolling the feed, while they are doing something else on Facebook, and even when they are not aware of the problem. So you can just interrupt them and say, hey, this is the problem that you have, and this is the solution for it, without them looking for it. So you can interrupt them. That interrupt, it's a great signal that you can interact with them and you can motivate them to take an action. Now, the other thing that Facebook provides is cool, dynamic creatives that gives us almost unlimited opportunities for creating something creative, something nice and shiny, something cool that can be eye-catching, that you can put it in front of your audience and can grab their attention right away. Compared to the static banners that we had previously, or then at the best, they converted to some kind of animated banners. But you have
nice computer, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a 1994?
look at the price. Look at the price.
Wow, that looks like an 80s computer. So bulky.
I reckon that's one of the first 10 computers was built. Now, the other thing is how much data Facebook is collecting, which is somehow scary, but also on the other hand, gives us opportunity to laser focus our target audience. And just instead of going vaguely into the market and say, I want to see who wants to get a new client, I can say, like, I want to find people who are looking for a new client, who are in health industry, who are working with the let's say diabetes patients, and I can be very, very, very focused on a specific group of people, which I'm pretty sure they want the solution that I have, and they're looking for the solution to solve their problems or the product that I have to offer them. So here is an example, right? For instance, we can say, hey Google, hey Facebook, find me people who are between 20 to 45, they are married, they have annual household income higher than $80,000, interested in playing Candy Crush, love cheeseburger, interested in movies, interested in going to restaurants, and recently moved to Los Angeles, and they have an anniversary coming up in 3 to 4 weeks. And someone, when I was putting this one together, first time I was presenting somewhere, someone asked me, so why the heck I may need to know those? And I was like, so each of them gives you different ideas about the interests and the behaviors of your audience. So you may want to know that those people have 3 to 4 weeks anniversary that comes up in 3 to 4 weeks. You may be a local business in Los Angeles. You are selling some cool gifts. You want to present some gift ideas to them and motivate them to buy the gift for their anniversary. So there are multiple different ways to approach this. For instance, imagine if you are a car dealership. You are imagine you are a Mercedes dealership. Who are your competitors? Your competitors are BMW, are Porsche, Audi. What you can do is you can find people who are, let's say, for instance, with household income higher than $100,000. They have kids. They're interested in cars. They're interested in Mercedes, and they are highly likely to buy a Mercedes in the next 6 months. When you find them, then you can put your BMW ad, or when you can put your Audi or Porsche ad in front of them, try to motivate them to come to your dealership and sell them an Audi or Porsche instead of Mercedes. So there are opportunities to play with the data, their interests, the behaviors, and type of activities, and anything the users are interested in. And Facebook gives us a lot of opportunities, a lot of data to use from. Now, the other thing is inexpensive and affordable. In a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to one of the students that I had. She spent $8,000 on Facebook ad, and she had only 500 leads. And I was like, that is mad. And when I asked her why, she said, my mentor told me, increase the money. Just put more money on it. Just put more money on it.
Facebook light your money on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So Facebook ad, yeah, you see, it's hilarious. The Facebook ad is very advanced and sophisticated system. If you create an ad and you spend $5, $10 on the ad, and you don't get any result, there's no way to get result with $100,000 or $1 million. Something is wrong with that ad, because Facebook is very, very comprehensive. Facebook algorithm is so comprehensive. Now, what I always say is you need to make sure your ad is horizontally scaled properly, then you can go vertically scale it. And the difference is when you are horizontally scaling your ad, you are making sure you have different ads. You show your ad to different group of people, just to see which group is your best audience. Then when you find your best audience, you show multiple different ads to them to see which one of your ads gets the best and most attention. And then that's the time that you're coming to the decision that, okay, now I can see people love my ad, people are clicking on my ad, and people interacting with my ad. Now I'm going to spend more money on that. But right away spending more money, it's just breaking the bank.
So Amin, can I ask you something?
Sure.
You say what you're saying is kind of going against the grain compared to what all the other Facebook ad gurus tell you.
Tell you
they
what.
always say you can't learn anything off of just a small test of $5 or $10. You got to let it go for 2 weeks, or
Right.
That's
So
what a lot of people say.
when you let it go for 2 weeks, because when you work with Facebook ads, you heavily rely on data.
Mhm.
So in Facebook ads, you can have two different kind of strategies. One strategy is to rely on data. The second strategy is to just pray for the ad to work.
Light your money on fire.
Yeah. Now, the more you spend on the ad, that means the more data you get. So that means if Facebook is showing your ad to more people, takes more time, and you can get more data. The more data you have, the more accurate result you can have. But if you compare the other situation that this lady spent $8,000 for just 500 leads, something is absolutely wrong, right? When your ad is running for a couple of days, you can look at it and you spend $5 a day on the ad. You run it and see what is wrong with your ad. Facebook is presenting your ad to the people. Why people don't take action? What are the metrics? If you know those metrics and just look at them, you will get a good understanding of why. What is it that people don't click on it? Also, there are some, of course, there are some strategies that you can play to influence the algorithm and win against the model. The other thing is a lot of people complain about Facebook ads complexities, but Facebook ads are made to be easy to set up and run. However, the complexities arises from the fact that some of the folks don't have that detailed understanding of how the system works under the hood. If you learn that, then working with Facebook ads becomes so easy. And Facebook just want to remove any complexities because that doesn't help them to make any money. All right. And the other thing is the comprehensive reporting you get from Facebook ads. And this is the areas that a lot of entrepreneurs are missing. A lot of entrepreneurs or business owners, they just look at, okay, I'm running Facebook ad, but I'm not making any money. Okay, so we need to look at your Facebook ad. And every time, as always, I repeat myself a lot of times, you need to have a view of your Facebook statistics and your funnel statistics side by side in order to decide which one is a problem. And then when you realize which one is the problem, you need to read that report in detail, and then you understand what is causing the trouble. If Facebook is sending traffic to your funnel and you're not getting opt-in, so your lead magnet is not attractive enough, you need to think about another lead magnet. Your headline maybe needs to change. Or if Facebook is not sending traffic, you cannot expect a sale. So you need to see what is it that Facebook that people don't click on your ad. And also, there's one trick about the call to action Facebook ad, which I will share with you in a minute. Now, when it comes to the iceberg of Facebook ad, I'll quickly run through this one. I categorize the people who run Facebook ad in a couple of different categories. There are people who are beginners. I was a beginner. There's no problem with that. Absolutely fine. Each one of us start as a beginner, and then we learn more, and then we just build up skills, we gain knowledge, we gain experience, and then we just leverage them. But what I see is sometimes people fall into the losers or gamblers category. They just spend money without knowing how the system works, and they spend money without getting any outcome. And the only one here who is taking benefit is Mr. Zuckerberg and the other shareholders. So please, if you don't know how it works, either reach out to someone who knows to run your ad. I know at the beginning, getting someone to run your ad might be expensive. So you need to spend some time, learn how the system works, and then start using it, because otherwise you can lose a lot of money on Facebook ad without any outcome, without any benefit or profit. And then we have people who are generalists. These are people like, maybe I'm running a business. I just want to know how the Facebook ad works, but I don't want to create any ad. I'm going to outsource them. But when I'm putting my strategy together, I want to know, okay, I'm going to use Facebook ads for this one and that one for this purpose, and this is the outcome I expect, and I outsource someone to do it for me. And the difference between professionals and masters is that professionals go below the surface, they deep dive, but not enough as the masters do, okay? And please, if you don't know it, just either attend the course, even if I'm not saying just to attend my course, but any course that you think can be beneficial for you, because Facebook ads is growing. And there was an article I was reading the other day that in 2020, there will be about 23 billion spent on Facebook ads. So it's significantly growing. And at the moment, it owns 22% of the entire online market. So it's massive. Now, the first thing that I want you to do before start advertising on Facebook, make sure you comply with Facebook policy, Facebook ad policy, Facebook terms of service. Anything that is against Facebook policy, Facebook is going to shut it down, and Facebook will ban your account. Facebook can lock your account, and they can reject your ad to be published. There are a couple of things you need to be aware. Facebook at the moment is very, very, very picky about laptop lifestyle, work from home, make money online, and also the figures of the. Sorry?
The weight loss.
Yeah, the weight loss. Yeah, the weight loss. And in general, anything which is before and after, Facebook is against it, right? Whether it's weight loss or change in size of the body or hair loss, Facebook is completely against it. Income figures, Facebook is completely against it. And about 2 days ago, I had a chat with one of our friends, and his ad was not getting approved. And I look at it and I said, look, yep, that's absolutely, I know why, it's violating the policy. So we need to make sure that we put the ads together that is not violating the policy. And I always say, a lot of people are trying to advertise something like One Funnel Away Challenge or another similar program on their own program. There is a way to do this. If you are going to introduce those kind of programs and you have gone through it, just be honest and share your experience. So there is two ways to do that. One way is you can say, hey, I let me introduce you to program A, which helps you start your business and make significant money, or build a six-figure business. That is completely against Facebook policies, because you are claiming an income, you are introducing others' product, you are doing affiliate marketing right away in front of Facebook, and you are doing, Facebook just sends you a message and tells you this: we cannot approve your ad because your ad is advertising multi-level networking, it's advertising MLM, it's advertising affiliate marketing. We cannot allow it to be published. So how you can do that? You have gone through it, and this is exactly what I suggested to our friend, and his next revision got approved. I told him, look, you need to talk about your own story. Put yourself in the shoes of audience and tell them the story this way. Like, I have problem. I was concerned. I couldn't cope with the load. I couldn't do it anymore. I was under pressure. What was your story? You couldn't live the lifestyle that you deserve. And then you realized other people are doing it, and they are making a 30 days commitment, and they are taking action every day, and at the end of 30 days they are seeing results. Now you are going to share your results with them, and you are taking them from Facebook to your page, and then you talk about the program there. So that way you are doing hitting two birds with one stone. A, you are not making any claims against Facebook policy. B, you are making a positive impact to the Facebook audience. And you need to be very careful about that. Facebook is really, really, really strict about the type of experience that you are going to make on their audience. Facebook looks for positive interest on positive impacts only. I was watching one ad the other day. It was, I think, 2-3 months ago, and it was saying, "Hey, chubby, that's time. It's time to stop eating pizza." And I was like, "What?" And then I realized. And then right away off the bat, I was like, there was no way you can see something like that anymore, because these policies came out, and before and after, and any negative impact. And also, one more thing you need to be aware is, if you are new to advertising on Facebook, there is highly likely that your ad will not go through an automated checking. Instead, it will be manually checked by a human. So you need to be aware of that.
And Daniel says he hates it that you put a picture of him in the middle there.
Cool. And the other thing is importance of patterns and techniques when it comes to something like Facebook ads. Not only Facebook ads, in any industry. When you go to any industry, when you analyze the success stories and the failure stories, There's no such thing as luck. There's pattern. If you can just find that pattern, apply it to your business, you will be successful. And I will show some of the patterns here with you. This is an ad that I will share with in my classes, and also I sometimes share with my audience. But you look at them, they are both advertising the same product. But if you think which one is going to win, I'm interested to see which one do you think. I just stop for a couple of seconds to see which one do you think is going to be the winner. Which one will sell?
Well, it's not fair because I already went through Amin's course, so I can't.
Oh yes, you know.
I forgot the answer, but I think I said 1, but it was actually 2.
No, it's number 1. Oh. And the reason behind it is, if you look at the human brain, we don't go to rest of it. We just want to see the part of our brain, right side, which is responsible for art awareness, and the left side, which is responsible for written language and text processing. But our eyes are connected to the opposite side of the brain. So that means the left eye is responsible for getting these signals first. That creates a unique behavior for the humans, that our eyes move typically left to right and up to down. That means this one is going to be the winner, because if you look at the other one, for a lot of people, when they look at the ad, it looks kind of uncomfortable. But when you look at this one, you see the image, it grabs your attention, then you turn right. The other factor is that human brain processes images 60,000 times faster than the text. So that visual, that image by itself can flash an idea right away in a second, hook them, and then they're going to read the text. And when it comes to the text, sometimes I see folks are making the big mistake. They put the brand and logo just on top and big, and then the most important information, they make it small at the bottom. Make sure your most important information is bigger on top and then less important one at the bottom. Because if those headlines don't catch their attention, they don't care about who we are or what brand we are or what is our telephone number or what is our address. Now, if you go on Facebook Ads Library, go and search on, let me show you something right away. Sorry, I have too many tabs open. Facebook Ads Library. If I go in, search for Russell Brunson, for instance, or you can go Grant Cardone, or see if he's advertising Wi-Fi here. You see, the image is on the left, the text is on the right. Why? Because this image grabs your attention, then you move, then you turn your eyes towards the right and read the text. There's a pattern. There's a reason that all of them are doing it that way. When I want to see their OFA ads. They were running OFA ads. Again, you see himself on the left and then text on the right. I think that one is running in US. If I bring the United States one. Facebook. Yeah, you see, the image is on the left, the text is on the right. Image is on the left, text is on the right. There is a reason they are doing it. And if you go look at Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Dean Graziosi, and you look at their ads, you see a pattern. That means next time you are going to create your Facebook ad, you don't need to think about, okay, where I'm going to put the image, where I'm going to put the text, where I'm going to put the headline. There is a pattern. Look at them. If you learn those patterns, you apply them, bang, right away, you save a lot of time, you save a lot of money. And these are the things that we discuss. So I'm not sure if we have time to discuss these ones in detail, but I want to share an interesting story. Imagine we have someone by the name of Catherine who lives in New York, 27 years old. She has a dog. She's interested in fashion, beauty, skincare. She plays Candy Crush and Cookie Jam. And me and you are affiliates of the company called just Moonlight, for the sake of example. And Moonlight creates the ad and puts the image that gives us the image we need to use for our ad and gives them to us. Now, the only thing that is going to difference when I advertise and when you advertise is how we are going to target our audience. Now, both of us are targeting female audiences between 25 and 30 who live in New York, who love fashion, interested in skincare and beauty, interested in skincare and beauty, sorry. But I have one more interest, one more item. I want to target people who have dog, and you want to target people who have Candy Crush. So then we want to say, okay, which one do you think will win? Catherine will see my ad or Catherine will see your ad? That's interesting to know, right? I don't tell your answer now. No, don't worry. And it comes the second test. What if everything is similar? What if me and you targeting the same audience with exact same interest, and we are targeting the same people, same person? Which one of us will be the winner? Will Facebook show my ad, or will Facebook show your ad to Catherine? So that brings us to something that I want you to learn two key secrets today. One of them is something called ISPS. So ISPS is the algorithm and is the system inside Facebook that Facebook decides what content should be presented to you at what time. Because if you look at it, all of us are somehow addicted to Facebook, because Facebook knows at what time of the day, what type of content is something that we are looking for, and Facebook knows how to show that to us. So how does that work? Every content in Facebook goes into an inventory. So regardless of who created them, what type of content they are, they go into an inventory. And then from the inventory, Facebook algorithm looks for signals, which we talk about signals briefly, but not in detail in the next slide. And from the posts or from the content, well, Facebook, based on the signals, picks the ones which are, we call them shortlisted or candidates. And Facebook does that using a prediction algorithm. And Facebook realizes that, for instance, if Facebook wants to show the next content on my timeline or my feed, I may be interested to see this green video or this purple video or this blue and yellow image. And then among these shortlisted content, Facebook does a scoring and realizes that if Facebook shows me the purple video, there is the highest chance that I interact with it. Tag someone under that video, comment, like, share. That is why that content shows up on my feed. And that's why sometimes you see you have 3 or 4 friends, they post content at the same time. One of them is fishing, one of them is just getting on the plane, going on a vacation. The other one is just dancing in a disco. Just all 3 posting the posts at the same time. They check in at the same time. They put the photo of themselves. But Facebook shows you one of them in particular on your feed. Why? Because Facebook knows if it shows the photo of your friend at maybe nightclub, you might be more interested. If it shows you the photo of your friend doing fishing, you might be more interested, and it's highly likely for you to interact with it. So Facebook does that. Now, what is in it for us if you are going to advertise, right? When you are going to advertise on Facebook, inventory, prediction, and a score are completely out of our reach. We have no control over them. We don't know how they completely work. We don't need to know because there's nothing in it for us. Facebook completely controls them, and they are completely out of reach. But if you learn about the signals, then signals are the only factor we can use to influence the system and increase our chances of showing the ad to the audience, and also using the signal to reduce our cost of marketing and reduce our cost of user acquisition. In the world of Facebook, if you didn't know in the past, Facebook runs Facebook ads as an kind of auction. Every time someone submits an ad to be published, there will be an auction. Why? Because Facebook doesn't want to make our newsfeed like an advertising board. Facebook wants us to see the content, but also wants to have advertising as a revenue stream for the platform. This is why Facebook limits the number of ads you see based on multiple different factors, like how you interact with the ads, what type of ads you are interested in, and multiple different factors. But what is important to know is, we cannot get into detail of it, but Facebook has something called BEAR, which is not this grizzly bear. It is called BID, Expected Action and Relevance, which in 2019 recently Facebook kind of replaced, but it's not exactly removing relevance, but broke it down into three different sub metrics. So the amount of money we are going to spend for advertising, and what is the action that we want from the users. Do we want them to click on link and go to our website? Do we want them to opt in? Do we want them to buy something right away on inside Facebook? Do we want them to fill in the form inside Facebook? Because that action will signal the algorithm to say, hey, this is the action that I wanted people to take. I want people to watch my video. So then algorithm goes and find people who might be interested to watch your video. If you want people to opt in inside Facebook, or if you want people to click on your ad and go to your funnel, Facebook goes and find people who are highly likely to take that action. This is how Facebook makes that decision. And then the relevance score, which is really, really important. This is one of the key factors that decides how you're going to win and how much you are going to pay for each of your clicks. And there are multiple different strategies that you can work on to increase your relevancy, or sometimes Facebook call it quality score, which was in the world of Google, it was known as quality. Facebook has it as relevance, but sometimes it also refers to quality in Facebook world as well. Now, I don't want to get into a lot of detail in this one. Now, from the structure, what you do is you create a campaign for your ad account, and then under the campaign, you can have an ad set, and then you can have ads. You can have multiple different ad sets under the same campaign. You can have multiple different ads under the same ad set. The first mistake that I see people are making is they are confusing themselves with a campaign, and they pick the wrong campaign, and that is really bad because that can be the key consideration of Facebook ads failure. So what you are going to do is you need to ask this question from yourself. What is it that I want from my ad? What is your objective? And there is perfectly fine if you have multiple objectives. I want people to come to my websites, and I want people to buy from me. I want people to come to my website, and I want people to install my application. So there are multiple differences. But the fact is, when you have multiple different objectives, you need to have different campaigns running at the same time. The other thing is the ad sets. In the ad sets, you define who are your target audience. Your target audience are, for instance, male between 45 to 55, female between 25 to 45. What is the language they speak? What is the location? What is their location? What are their interests? What are their behaviors? Their hobbies? And Facebook gives you lots of different tools that you need to leverage. For instance, if you look at the screen here on the location, there is something called, at the moment, it says everyone in this location, if you can see that on the screen. And what I see interesting is not many people are using that option. But when you use the drop-down option here, you can see Facebook gives you different options. Facebook says, okay, if you are saying people in Los Angeles, what people you are referring to? People who live in Los Angeles, people who travel to Los Angeles, or everyone who is currently in Los Angeles. That means people who are living here and people who are not living here. So depending on the nature of business and type of ad you are offering, then you may be only looking for people who live in Los Angeles. Or you may be a souvenir shop. You want to target people who are traveling in Los Angeles, not the people who are living in Los Angeles. So we need to leverage the Facebook tools and capabilities to its maximum capacity, because those are there free of charge and we can leverage them. And then comes the placement, which is really important. You need to, when one of the things mentioned, Sherry, you mentioned that we let the ad run, and when you let the ad runs, after a few days, you look at your statistics and you see where your traffic is coming from. Are people clicking on your ad mostly from desktop, or mostly from mobile, or mostly from Instagram, because you can post your ad to the Instagram from Facebook as well. And then you can optimize your campaign and can say, okay, what I need to do is now I need to show my ad to the mobile users, or to the users who are on Instagram, depending on where those traffics are coming from. And sometimes you will create multiple different ad sets for the same campaign, based on different audiences you may have, based on different placements you have, and then based on different scheduling, and then you see which one is performing better. The other thing that a lot of people don't use is the time of advertising. When you let your campaign running for a few days, you can go and look at your campaign's statistics and realize, okay, people are interacting with my ad between Monday to Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that means you can tune your ad and you can optimize saying, okay, now I'm going to create a new ad set, and I want to show this ad set specifically in that particular time frame window, because a lot of people who are interacting with my ad are interacting in that time frame. So these are all small tweaks that you can make to your ad to make them successful. And then it comes to ad, which is really important. The image is really important. The headline, the copy is really important. But I want to give you two takeaways. One is there is a formula, I call it triple H, which is a stand for, that's why my formula calls for a hold, hook, hunt. When you are putting an ad on Facebook, make sure your ad is meeting those three requirements. And by hold, I mean when someone is scrolling the feed, when they see your ad, that ad must hold them. The visual of your ad must hold them. They must be curious, become curious to see what is happening in your ad. Then you have to hook them. That's the responsibility of your headline. And if you are launching a video, that's how you start the first few seconds of your video. And then you're going to hunt them. And by hunt, a lot of people start to sell people something on Facebook. Don't do that. Just make sure you sell them the click. Make sure they click on your ad and send them to your website, and then start collecting data from them on your website using Facebook Pixel. Because meanwhile they are on Facebook, Facebook is collecting data about their behaviors, but you have nothing to retarget them in the future. Nothing, not a lot. Just few different metrics for some types of ads, like for instance, in Facebook video ads, you can say target people who watch more than 50% of my video or 25% of my video. But when you detach them from Facebook, you send them to your sales funnel, they go through different pages, then you can see what page is grabbing their attention, what products they like, what products they opt in to get because that was more more interesting for them. So then you can analyze those behaviors, and then you can use that data to feed back to Facebook algorithm and say, hey, Facebook, now go and find me 200,000 people like this one. Go and find me 1 million people like this one. So it's really, really, really important. Now, when it comes to Facebook ads that flop, out of every 10, 6 of them are failing because of the wrong audience targeting, and 3 of them are failing because of the wrong campaign setup, and 1 of them is for other reasons. Whatever reason you want to name other than campaign setup and audience targeting falls onto that 10% category. But if you learn these 2 concepts properly, you can say you can eliminate 90% of the root causes of Facebook ads failure. And that's why in my mastery program, we dedicate the 2nd day to campaign setup and the 3rd day to audience targeting, just to make sure we just wrap it up and done and dusted moving forward. Heidi, how much time do I have?
I'd say 10 more minutes just to wrap it up.
Yeah, sure.
I gotta jump out for a couple minutes just to feed my son, but I'll be back.
Sure. So one of the things that I want you to focus on, and this is what you see on the screen, is not based on what I say, is based on research at Stanford University by Professor B.J. Fogg. And the people have half a second to determine the credibility of your, whether it's your website or whether it's your sales funnel or whatever it is. And 90% of them judge you by design. So you need to make sure that your ad and your funnel are in balance from the content and weight and the message that they deliver and from the impacts they make. Because if you make a very cool Facebook ad, but you don't have great headline, or if you pitch something through your Facebook ad, but the headline on your sales funnel is something different or articulates a different message, people get confused and they leave. You need to make sure always there is this balance from the quality, from the message, from the headline, and from the content. And the other thing is, Professor Fogg is the inventor of human behavior model, which is, there's one of them is called Fogg behavior model. And he says The behavior happens when motivation, ability, and prompt come together at the same time. I highlighted prompt because our Facebook ad is generating a signal. If we can produce a signal that prompt the users to take action, that means we can expect them to do what we want, click on our ad and then leave the Facebook. So it's really important. We cannot expect them to take the action, and we cannot expect that behavior if we cannot provide that prompt. Motivation and ability, that definitely they have the ability to click on your ad, and motivation comes if you target them properly. They're already motivated for watching your ad, and then comes to the content of your ad, how you are going to convince them to click on your ad. When it comes to matching it with your funnel, I categorize the traffic in 4 different groups: cold, warm, hot. Definitely you heard about it if you have attended One Funnel Away Challenge, or you read .com Secret or some Expert Secrets. If not, definitely go and read those books. But cold traffic is the traffic that didn't have any interactions with us, or hasn't had any interaction with us so far. What we are going to do is we are going to use Facebook ads to bring this cold traffic to our sales funnel and make them curious. We want to make them aware of what we're doing. We want to make them curious. We want to take the first action. And remember, this first action is not buying something from you. This first action, you put your effort to take them out of Facebook, bring them to your sales funnel, show them something as of value, and let them opt in. Then after that, they become engaged. They become your warm audience. And then you have the highly likely of selling them something. And then if they see value in what you are selling them as a low ticket price, then you have a high chance of upsell them and making them the hot traffic that they can actively buy and upsell. And then you have the super hot, which are the people who are not just you can sell them something, they cannot wait for your next product to be released. Now, what you are going to do is you run Facebook Pixel on your sales funnel, you collect information from the funnel and users' activities, and then you feed back that data to Facebook and say, now Facebook, go and pour the funnel again, now bring me 1 million users, 1 million audience, and then you try to engage them. You follow the same process. As you move forward and going down the funnel, the number of leads that you have are shrinking, but the quality of those leads are increasing. Now, if you are going to show your ad about a product that you are going to sell, be aware of this one. I always, and again, this is not about awareness. This is about something that I want to right away sell and convert on Facebook. If I want to do that, first of all, I show my offer to my super hot audience. Why? Because they are highly likely to buy. I have the highest chance of selling it to them. If they buy that offer, that means I can now show it to warm audience, hot audience that I have. If they bought it, now I see how I can prepare it for my warm audience, and then how I'm going to engage my cold audience to sell the same thing. But a lot of times I see people are creating an ad to sell something, and right away they're going to target the cold audience through interest targeting. I was like, how do you expect them to buy? They don't know you. They don't know your product. They're not engaged with you. So they are not going to buy it. But that is a different story when you are going awareness. So when you are going to do awareness, you first show your ad to the cold audience, because these guys are already aware of what you are doing. And the other key of this strategy is that when I bring the users down the funnel and engage them, and they downloaded something from my website and gave me my email, you don't need to pay Facebook again to target them and to show them another ad. What I can do is I can right away send them an email and tell them, here's what you do. Here's the next product that I have. Here's the next offer that I have. But I want you to focus on one more thing. There is one thing that I say to my students as well. You need to focus on learning how to integrate and leverage the marketing bots, the messenger bots, because they have the highest click-through rate. They have the highest chance of opening the message compared to the email. Email is great, but people get lots of email. A lot of email go to promotion folder or go to the spam or junk. People don't even look at them. Now, that's one thing you need to do. And in one of my products, I teach people how to create chatbots and how they can connect it to their profile, which is increasing their chances of getting high-quality leads without spending a lot on ads. Now, I talk about this one. This is the gist of the program that I had. So, Sherry, do you want me? Heidi, you are with us as well?
Yes.
So what do you want me to do? Do you want me share the programs, or do you want to let's open it for the Q&A first?
I think you should go right into what you're offering.
Yeah.
Sure. So this one is my 2 weeks program, which is the like the OFA but Mastery Intensive program. So we will start with day 0, that you learn some secrets of Facebook ads that you need to be aware of, how the system works under the hood. Then we talk about foundations, and we establish a solid foundation about Facebook ads that you need to learn, you need to know in terms of being successful in the world of Facebook ads. And then, as I mentioned, we dedicate the way I structure the content for this program is I dedicated each day to a specific subject. Just I wanted to make sure that we wrap up that subject. And the only content that stretches across two different days is custom and lookalike audiences, because we need to have pixels set up to do those. Then we deep dive into Facebook ads. What are different type of ads, different types of creatives, different types of ad sets, whether you should create multiple ad sets or multiple ads, why not. And then on day 4, we talk about your ad copy and how you can put your ad copy together that can grab the attention right away, which Heidi is the expert in the field. She can help you in that one. I'm not good at that one. Day 4 is where I bring experts who are experts in ad copy to be presenter and talk to you about ad copy. I share the patterns with you, but in terms of how to put those into word and writing, I bring experts to share their system and their method. Then we talk about pixels and micro data collection. Every day you will have tasks. Every day you will have a mission to complete. And then at the end of week 1, you will have enough information and confidence to successfully implement your Facebook ads. Then you go for a couple of days for weekend. The ad is generating some data, and we can use them. When we come back on day 6, we'll look at Facebook metrics, what those metrics mean, and what is in it for you, which metric you should look at, which metric is good when it goes higher or comes down, so on and so forth. Then you learn some strategies, and it's not the typo, I just wrote it like that myself, to how you can influence the system, how you can increase your chances of being successful. After that, we go to day 8, which is the day that you learn multiple different optimization techniques for increasing your conversion rate. Day 9, we talk about retargeting users, because in average, people need to see your ad and your content about 6 to 8 times. What are different retargeting strategies if you want to target the users? And then after that, we talk about scaling and execution blueprint. And finally, you will have your Impossible Mission 2. And then there will be something for the first 9 people who finish the course and all of the missions prior to the others. Now, this is my 2 weeks program. And this 2 weeks program, I currently have a promotion that I'm selling it at $997. It comes with 14 days live coaching on top of the course content. But one more thing that you get as part of this program is that all of my students will have the chance of attend the live program twice. So you come to the program, if you learn, and I know there are a lot to digest, there are a lot to learn, and what you can do is you can attend the second round right away the next month, or you can say, I want to give myself a bit of time. I want to attend the next round next time. So this is something that I provide as a kind of bonus to my students, and they will have the chance to attend the program second time without paying anything. Now, the other program that I launched recently is a short version of Facebook ads. So if you look at them, the difference is that one ad away challenge is a 1-week crash course. If you want to learn Facebook ads relatively quickly, you don't have prior experience, or you have very limited experience with Facebook ads, and you want to expand your knowledge, but you don't want to become a master. You don't want to learn how to run ads for someone in very near soon. So you can start with this program, play with Facebook ads, spend on Facebook ads, increase your experience, and then join the mastery program. Go to a lot more detail. It's up to you which one you are going to decide. And my Facebook ads 1 ad away program also recently, well, today, and I can tell you, you are lucky that you are the first people, thanks to Heidi and Sherry, you are the first people that are seeing this partnership program that I'm launching. And that is, if you are joining the partnership program, depending on which tier you select, you will have the option to put my 1 ad away challenge added as a bonus to your program and give it to your audience for free. So that increases the perceived value of your offer to motivate people to join your program or join 101 Fun-Away challenge or any other affiliate program that you are advertising or your own product, to give them Facebook course for free. But if you put the gold tier, you have two other cool options. First of all, in the bronze and silver, the number of seats you can put in each of the courses in each month are limited. Here you have unlimited seats, but not only that, you have the option of giving away the course, or you have the option of, instead of giving them the 100% discount voucher, which I will give you, you can, instead of giving it to the users, you can give them the link, your affiliate link, they buy the course, and you get 100% of what they paid. So they pay $100 for the course, and then right away that $100 goes into your pocket. That means if you come to this plan and just sell one OFA with this product, or if you sell one Facebook ad course, one ad-away course, that means you make $21 profit. After that, anything will be just pure profit for you. I spoke enough, so I go into shut up mode and I stop my screen and I answer the questions.
Well, we don't have a ton of people watching live. I think a lot of people are going to watch the replay, though, for sure. And I think it's quite clear that Amin knows his stuff about Facebook ads. I know that when I first listened to you on a webinar and then started in the course, I was super overwhelmed by all of the, the jargon, the technobabble. It's hard not to explain even the slightest thing about Facebook ads without having some, technobabble. You have to. But it seemed overwhelming to me. But then once I was in the course, it was clear that you were going to walk us step by step by step and hold our hand, and that there's no reason to be overwhelmed. And I think that's something that I wanted to make clear to everybody, is that when you're talking about Bear and you're talking about Pixel and you're talking about Signal and yada yada, if you're not familiar with all of that stuff, that it can seem daunting or intimidating. And you don't need to feel intimidated, because Amin's going to walk you through all that. Like, it's kind of a baby step into the water of Facebook ads.
Thank you.
But at the same time that it's a baby step, it's also learning like all the details that you need to know in order to be successful. So even though it seems daunting and it seems overwhelming, it's not going to be that way. And I think that a lot of people are going to want to ask questions about the partner program. So I just want to say that if people are catching this on the replay, to please post your questions, and Amin and Heidi and I will come in and answer them.
Yes, and if you need a link to any of the programs to register, Sherry and Heidi will share the link with you.
Yeah, I don't know if we put them up in the link in the description, but we will get those in the comments or the description as soon as we're done here.
Yep. And just one thing that I forgot to mention, the next round of mastery program starts this Monday, and the round of 1 ad-away starts next Monday. So August 5th is starting the next round of mastery program, and August 12th is when we start the 1 ad-away challenge.
Awesome. I hope to see lots of people from our group there.
Thank you.
I know I still need to do it.
I'm going to do it again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Then you can pay Sherry to run your ads then.
Oh, good. Perfect.
I learned a lot. I learned that I need to make a video. My own self video. Not
right.
that
I can wait for that one.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm sure there's like 50 other things after that, but step by step. So I think that was great. And again, if you guys have questions watching the replay, please post them here and also give us a hashtag replay. And you can reach out to Amin or Heidi or myself, and we'll answer your questions for you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thanks for hanging in or tuning in. I know people kind of came and went, but this was great, really informative as always. Amin, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
right.
you. Thank you, guys.
Have
a
a
good
good day, Amin.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Still ending. Okay, here we go.